It's the 1994 MOBIL Super League final and it's Contax against Garville at the Adelaide Powerhouse. Well, Contax is the unbeaten side in the competition. Coach Margango can't put her best seven on court. Daughter Sarah is out, Tanya Obst in. Vicky Neal, Sarah Sutter and Kath Harvey have all had to conquer recent leg injuries too. Vicky Wilson, though, is fitter and more dangerous than ever. Her conversion rate should decide this match one way or the other. One player under pressure today, but who has responded every step of the way thus far, is wing attack Audine Cobb. Still 3 weeks off her 19th birthday, her development has not gone unnoticed by talent spotters, a player of the future playing her biggest match today. Garville have an embarrassment of options in attack, with Avellino and Bourlays both in fine form and exercising their versatility. In their semi, Abbott, Grant and Pearce more than match their much-heralded mid-court opponents from Melbourne. Gill and Filkey in defence give their 5 teammates every cause for confidence in the last line. Having to fight harder than most for her position in the starting 7 is Josie Pearce. The 24-year-old wing defence plays in the knowledge that Australian rep Simone McInnes is sitting on the bench as Garville's import, but Pearce's form has been rewarded with her coach's loyalty. Well, Garville are the Super League title holders and know what's required at this level, but no one can disregard Contax's fantastic season. 7 wins from 7 starts in the competition rounds and a comfortable win in their semi. You throw in some of the toughest inter-club rivalry in Australian sport, and Anne Sargent, we've got a potent mix.
Oh, we certainly do, Steve, and it's a mix that Adelaideans are well used to. They're used to seeing this strong rivalry between Garville and Contax, and of course it's made all the more special tonight by the prize being the Prime Minister's Cup for the winner. Of course, both teams bring a great measure of experience to the final. Defending champions Garville and Contax twice in a final before. I think tonight it's going to come down to Wilson versus Filkey.
Okay, it's Contax against Garville in the Super League final. First quarter action about to start. Well, it's a huge dinner at the Adelaide Powerhouse. I guess the crowd more in favour of Garville than Contax. I don't know whether they're more vocal or just got more numbers. As Filkey, the Garville captain, takes the first intercept of the game.
And that's probably a large part of the attraction. I think the applause meter did favour Garville. Certainly that is the most reaction we've had from any introduction of teams at any Super League final. Touch of nervousness there from Garville as Bourlays anxious to get available for the centre breaks.
Contact, goal defender.
Have to be disappointing for Contax not to have Sarah Angove starting in their lineup. She's been part of their main 7 and I understand sick.
She's been unwell for some of the day. And we thought it would just be her foot that hadn't come up too well after the semi-final, the foot that was run over a couple of weeks ago in a car park when she went to see her brother play football. She's been nauseous all day. She's on the bench though. Wilson and Contax.
You don't often see one drop that way from Vicky Wilson. I think a testimony to how much is at stake in this match.
Well, even Wilson's entitled to be nervous in a Super League final, not having played in one, of course, before.
No, and Steve, we talk about what a difference a Wilson makes. These two teams met in the South Australian State League. First match of the South Australian season a couple of weeks ago, and Garville won by just over 20 goals, 21 goals. So that's possibly the margin of difference that a Wilson makes. And here she is, impeccable Vicky Wilson.
Cobb to Obst.
Goal defender, pass or shot.
Gill gave Obst a nudge. Obst can take the shot.
Well, Obst, no slouch in goal. She's had 2 attempts. She's made good with both of them. And Pat Micken there, Garville coach, obviously deeply intent in the game.
Yes.
Contax by 2. 6 minutes left first quarter. Cobb, Wilson, Neal.
Goal attack, Garville penalty.
Against Tanya Obst.
A use of hip indicated by Maureen Boyle. And Garville in chase for this first quarter, but a chance now to get close to taking it. Those drives to the post and the work from Abbott in picking up the 2 goalers is just beautiful to watch.
The start to this game for Garville, really a carbon copy of their effort against Melbourne when they looked sluggish for the first 5 minutes, but they were quickly back into the match.
They're not a team that gets flustered. They're very measured and they build across the game, and I think they're very consistent in what they put out. Great use of space. It's 9 apiece.
Garville against Melbourne were down by 3 or 4 early in the quarter and came back to lead at quarter time 16-14.
Let off there for Contax, and a chance for Garville to take the lead as Ops' hands let her down on the sideline. Vicky Wilson a little quiet the last 5 minutes. Well, she's been starved of possession.
Grant, Avellino, long range, Sutter all over her.
Play advantage, obstruction!
Won't be this time.
It's a good move by Avellino. She knew she had to move on to the ball rather than just hold space because Sutter was reading the play.
Grant. Avellino. Borlase was screaming for it because she was unattended. Harvey guarding space.
Borlase once again, no misses on the board, 5 from 5. She's been starting so well for Garville, proving her selection in the Australian team. Well, that's confidence over the top of Sutter. Past Harvey. Watch the hands here. Nice touch there from Avellino onto fellow shooter Borlase under the post. And the Garville momentum just building across the court of a slow start, and they're really winding it up. Finding the timing to the post pass, Harvey and Sutter is impeccable.
Cobb. Obst. Cobb looks for Wilson.
Another contact against Wilson. The stats would be interesting on the number of times she's been put out of play in desperation to get the ball and on the challenges of the rebound, but there'd be a good 4 or 5.
Hang on to her hands.
Chris Burton right there to see the transgression from Harvey. The boos go up, but what's on the board is what matters, and it's Garville by 5. And that's all there'll be in this quarter. An interesting one it was, with Contax firing early, Garville settling and overhauling them to lead by that score. Garville 16, Contax 11 at quarter time. Second quarter, and Garville in the lead, and can thank in large part the great shooting form of Jenny Borlase.
Well, we've come to expect it from Jenny through this series. Again, opening on 100%. She's the standout shooter on court with 9 from 9. Avellino, no slouch for Garville, also 7 from 9 at 77%. For Contax, the workload, of course, taken by Vicky Wilson, 9 from 11, 81%. And their goal attack, Tanya Obst, very similar to the stats we enjoy from Sarah Ango, playing a feeding role, as we often say, with only 2 from 3. She's on 66%.
Wilson. One each inside the first 30 seconds of the second quarter. When they met in the competition rounds, the match won 50-47 by Contax. It was 14-11 at quarter time in favour of Contax. 16-11 to Garville today.
Brilliant charge down by Danny Grant. She read the play, got the touch and really raced it down.
Avellino.
Goal attack, contact.
Neal. Harvey. Obst.
Morning.
Grant putting Audine Cobb under plenty of pressure, and
Grant's defensive effort on court is quite remarkable, and should be one of the few centres, I think, that can sustain an effort without any let-off for the entire game.
Grant, Abbott, Avellino. Good stretch from Pearce to catch it in her third. Avellino. Sutter too close, says Maureen Boyle. Garville have obviously worked out, and to win this game, they've got to shut down Contax before it gets to the circle. But the same can be said of Contax's chances. If it gets to Borlase and Avellino, it's over.
Yes, it's exactly right, and I guess it's a theory most teams should work on, that your defensive effort is done pass by pass. It's not left to your final line, your keeper, to do all the effort. Garville looking, though, like making it their own. Here they go through Abbott. She finds Borlase ever steady on the approach to the net.
Rosemary Crowley here, patron saint of netball.
Of course, representing the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister's Cup being the prize for the Super League. Wilson trying to G up the team. They really haven't been able to find her, and she's quite obviously ineffective without the ball.
Brushed away by Sutter, and it'll be Garville's ball halfway through the second quarter. 7 the lead for Garville.
Contact.
Dine in the contact. Avellino with it.
Oh, it's nearly through Harvey. Just had a glance over his shoulder to sight Borlase's position, and that's why she was hit. Call against Abbott.
Retake penalty.
Dinan now for Contax. Neal, Cobb, Obst. Neal to Wilson. Peter Brock here with White Bev. He's been getting some lessons, I think, about the way the game's been played, asking lots of questions.
Good patient delivery, worked it round. Paying dividends for Contax. They're back in this game.
A little encouragement for Obst from Wilson. Garville looking a little scrappy.
Contact off the ball.
Inside the last minute, second quarter.
Shooter.
Borlase. Hasn't seen too much of it, but as steady as ever when it gets to her.
It's only her fourth for the quarter, and she's also had 4 misses, so she's dropped down, sitting on 50% accuracy for this second period.
Contact.
Goal defender.
We'll want to be quick here.
Mid-circle, please.
Oh, timekeeper not up yet. Wilson.
Play advantage.
Timekeeper's up now. Avellino. The crowd knows. Borlase. And no shot, well, no goal. Shot did go up and through, but Burton had blown the whistle. And the lead was 5 at quarter time. It's the same again at half time. Contax very much in this, but they're down 27-22. Underway, third quarter. Contax in possession and need to find a little more possession to haul in Garville.
Yes, possession opportunities pretty close, but Contax, as you can see with Tanya Ops not making the most of all of them. She put up 3 from 6 at 50%, and Vicky Wilson on target, but not as much possession as she'd like to have. She put up 8 from 9, 88%. Avellino this time with 100%, 7 from 7, taking the limelight from Borlase, and Borlase dropping down to 50% in that quarter, 4 from 8.
It's advantage, contact.
Borlase. First one from her rings out, but good support from Abbott.
Contact, wing, centre. It's advantage.
Teams were 11 each in that second quarter.
Garville.
Filkey.
Late challenge there from Obst.
Garville have made what's customary change for them at half-time, swapping bibs with Avellino and Borlase. So Borlase now goal shooter.
Contact, shooter.
Quick outlet pass from Sarah Sutter, getting Contax in business.
Goalkeeper. Contact.
Filkey Out of play, deep into the goal third, leaving Gill with the 2-on-1 situation. One of them, Wilson. I don't envy her that.
Stand on the side. Contact the ball.
Both out. Little protection to stop the onslaught.
Pass or shot.
And finally, it's in Wilson's hands.
Slow but steady progress of the ball towards the goal, and Wilson, number 24, for Contax.
Wing causing.
Gill to Abbott and
Play
ball
advantage, contact, goal defender. On her arm.
One aspect of the change that Garville make with Avellino and Borlase that interests me, Anne, is that they pretty much share the workload as it is anyway. What is the point of changing the bibs?
I guess there is an intensity obviously involved, running goal attack and the measure of defence you have to do down court, and maybe they just like to share that type of workload. They do have slightly different styles, obviously their body types are different, so it puts a different element in for defenders to have to contain. Mind you, they've got the lead, so unless it's to share workload on court, there really isn't too much reason for it.
Neil, Wilson, oh yes, brave move over the top of Filkey. That's Filkey there for the rebound. Wilson has maybe a centimetre or two on Filkey in height.
On it arms.
Abbott. Borlase breaks away towards the baseline. Contax coach Mark Ango.
That play would be disappointing for Contax. They had the chance with that goal from Wilson to draw it into 3, the difference, and of course the turnover and the conversion at the other end brought it out to 5 again. Ops playing pat a cake with the Cobb.
Sometime soon, Contax have got to make the run. And maybe this is the start of it. Cobb.
I think you deserve some credit in that intercept. Wishful thinking.
Well, if they leave it to the last quarter, that's just that added pressure. Down by 4, will this be 3?
Filkey really working the right side of Wilson hard. I was half expecting Wilson to draw a little step to the left then, but she toughs it out, shoots through it.
Advantage breaking.
Goal attack.
And against Tanya Ops, they don't need that Contax.
Side, please.
Maureen Boyle hurrying Obst out of play.
Avellino. Abbott.
It's intimidation, wing defender.
Dinan put in a place.
Contact, body.
Jenny Borlase.
On her arm.
Well, again, the chance tonight, Contax to close the gap, and we're possibly looking at it opening to 5. The error from Obst.
Sutter there. Dinan. Harvey. Contax who've looked so fluid down court all series. Really got the stutters here against Garville.
They're having great difficulty getting the drive to the circle, such as the defence from Grant and also from Josie Pearce. And I think really lacking something in the service they're giving to Wilson. She's out there on her own a lot of the time.
Gill, Pearce, Abbott.
Advantage obstruction. Centre, crossing. Where you are. Thank you.
Danny Grant. And Borlase.
Advantage.
Garville fans.
Goalkeeper.
Close marking from Michelle Filkey. It draws a contact, but she wore Wilson out on that lead.
Both out. Wing defend.
Contact's keeping in touch, but they've got to do more than that. 8:20 left, third quarter. Touch from Sutter.
Wing out. Lay.
Ball lays. Sutter too close. Obstruction, says Chris Burton.
The other calls have been for contact on the arm. That one was a good jump, but too close.
Nice clear calls coming from both umpires, Maureen Boyle and Chris Burton.
Advantage break.
I think they're, not that it's my place to comment, but I'll say it anyway, having a magnificent game in controlling this match.
Advantage obstruction, win.
Probably the most difficult games to control in Australian netball. The old Garville Contax rivalry is prone to boil over
Lay.
into a too physical style, but Boyle and Burton have done the job here. And the players respect their ability.
And again, it breaks down at the top of the contact circle.
Pierce to Grant.
Advantage contact.
Ball ace.
Borlase really able to lose Sutter on the last couple of strides.
Advantage everybody.
Out to 6 again.
Interesting, since Garville have brought Avellino up front as goal attack, she's had only one goal on the board. It's been all Borlase.
Contact. Goal attack.
Against Avellino this time. Sutter plays it out quickly for Neal to Cobb and Obst. Wilson, Neal. Two back on Wilson. Obst shoots and truly. Contact's ball. Chance to get it back to 4. Touch on it from Avellino. A good example of goalers working in defence. Grant.
Goal attack.
And another call against her. She undoes.
She's all
Good
innocence,
work.
Avellino. Did you see the face?
It's twice she's been picked up in the last couple of minutes. Cobb. Wilson.
Got to be more movement offered from Ops. There's just one directional stuff happening, and there's really just not enough change of direction, not enough offers. It's one-to-one stuff from Contax. They've got to get the mobility back in this attack line. Ops with long range.
Step in, please.
Advantage break.
Ball ace.
Oh, Harvey had her eyes on that well, and the athleticism to carry it through. She's got to fight hard to keep it, though, and now they have it with Avellino out of play. Long ball. Yes, Wilson, magnificent take. Almost had to climb over Gill.
Obst.
Keeper.
Oh, no. Must have shot from there. Bad option.
I was about to say Contax back in business had they secured that one, and the Contax bench thinking the same thing. They grabbed the heads. Here's another chance.
Harvey. Cobb. Obst. Cobb.
Contact.
Quick hands and Obst to Cobb.
Contact. Goal defender.
Tanya Obst with 4 straight. That's her 5th straight. She's taken over from Wilson as the dominant scorer for Contax in this third quarter.
4:20 left in the period. Difference is 3. Wilson.
Keeper.
And a call against Filkey. If Wilson pops this in, we're very much alive. Oh.
And one of the few times the rebound has gone Wilson's way, and not Filkey up first.
On the whistle.
Danny Grant sent a pass. Avellino had a slight cut in the mouth, but it stopped bleeding, so she's right to continue. Ball lays.
There's a well-timed move from Borlase and a good stretch onto the ball, and of course the composure to finish that sets her apart as an Australian goal shooter.
Advantage
Wilson.
obstruction, wing attack. Wing
Neal.
defence.
Cobb finally finds Wilson in a tiny bit of space, and from long range.
Wonderful shot, wonderful shot.
Advantage break. Goal attack.
Just thinking, Steve, Sarah Ango for Contax would have to be quite ill for them to put on a different combination and see them suffer that lack of combination for most of the game.
Contact.
Avellino, 36-33. Here is Sarah Ango. Doesn't look too bad, but obviously churned up inside.
Wing defender, centre third. There.
Dining.
Retake the penalty, moving off it. Barney, don't
Cobb.
the arm.
Oh, Obst available at the post. Late to deliver that.
Joyce Brown, Australian coach, checks the score. I'm sure she's enjoying what will be a hard hit out for our Australian players out there as they prepare to go to New Zealand in a couple of weeks.
And this the chance for Contax. Can they string it together to make it one the difference?
Harvey.
Wing defender. Contact.
Josie Pearce now attracting more whistles. She's been out of play in the last few approaches to the contact circle. Wilson sets up, puts a roll on. And now the shot.
Filking brings it down, uncontested. Pearce. Gill. Grant.
Not too much work through the middle from the Contax attack line. Obst really not working the defence hard. Cobb a little tentative. That can be a big difference.
Sutter only able to palm it out of court, so Garville's ball. Avellino.
Play. Throw in.
Minute and a half left in the quarter.
Play. Play advantage. Contact
And if
down
Contax
offside.
concede a goal here, they've got to get one themselves before the next break.
Barnage, contact,
Cobb.
goal defence.
Wilson. Obst.
Goalkeeper holding. Top of the circle.
Penalty. Hardest in the business from the edge of the circle. Wilson steps in to make ground. Wilson putting the step on to bring her a little closer.
Contact wing.
That's a turnover.
Dinan worked hard for it and has to keep working. There's time for another. Contax working it to the circle. Obst. Cobb. Wilson.
Great move from Wilson. Yes, that's it. Won the difference. She really worked the baseline hard then to find an inch or two just under the post on the base.
Great goal attack.
Oh, another costly error. The break against Obst.
Ball raised.
Time is up.
Offside. Centre.
Avellino. Rings out, and Contax have stopped Garville scoring in the last few seconds. So they've won that quarter by 14 goals to 10, and they're very much back in this. What a final quarter we're in for. 37-36, Garville hanging on. Hold on to your hats, just 15 minutes left and there's nothing in it. And shooting stats in the third quarter, well, Tanya Ops is doing the job.
Yeah, it's all over the ship for the others. Uncharacteristic to see the Australian squad member shooters dropping down to the 50s and 60s, but that's the case. Vicky Wilson dropping to a 66%, 8 from 12. Garville shooter, Jenny Borlase, 8 from 12 at 66%. Nat Avellino up front that quarter for Garville with 2 from 4 at 50%, and Tanya Obst, Contax leading the way in the third period, 100%, 6 from 6 as she pops another in for Contax.
So Contax trail by 1, and a draw is on the cards, and if that's the case, we'll play extra time. 7 minutes each way, and if it's still drawn after that extra time, then it'll be the side that pulls ahead by 2. Pat Micken, Garville coach. Can't do too much more now. She said all she can say.
Wing defender, contact.
Grant, Avellino.
Borlase is set for the drop over the top, but Avellino says not necessary.
Contax. Cobb, Wilson, Neal. Vicky Wilson, Filkey in her face. Contact still need a turnover, but they've got plenty of time to do it. 13 and a half odd minutes.
Wing defence. Marble penalty.
So Contacts have got to play faultless netball themselves and work an error out of Garville. Down by 2, 13 minutes to go. Obst.
Neal holding space well on the far side of the circle, and Grant in her endeavour to get a touch offside. Free pass taken by Tanya Obst.
Wilson breaks away to the top of the circle. Obst at the base.
It's an interesting formula that has Wilson feeding Obst. Really should be the other way around.
Keep up on their arms.
Second chance for Vicky Wilson.
Well, I think Contacts would gladly take any system that works at the moment. They're keeping in touch. Borlase. Avellino.
Dynan has attracted a contact on every move she's made in this fourth quarter.
Vicky Neal.
Wing attack. Contact penalty.
Dynan's opponent guilty this time. Sheridan Abbott. Cobb comes out. Wilson follows her.
Wing defender. Here, top of the circle.
Infringement by Garville at the top of the circle. Neal. Obst. Well-placed ball. Good delivery and finish.
Contacts now running one down, but not getting the centre flowing with them to get the equaliser, so they've got to fight against the flow of the centres. They need the break.
Avellino with the pass or shot. Needs no second invitation.
Wilson.
Play advantage, offside.
Neal.
No time.
Time, I think.
Oh, Obst is in bother.
Obst is in.
Thank you.
She's done something to her calf, I think. Left leg.
Neal feeding Obst. She's on the stretch. Gill through on the inside. Obst gets a knee and ankle caught underneath Gill, and he's grimacing before she hits the deck.
Wilson. Abbott. Gill. Grant. Tanya Obst okay to continue. Cobb to Wilson. Neal. Obst. I don't think she's right on that left leg, but she's playing on.
So lucky she'd taken eyes off the ball with the roll.
Wilson beat two defenders to take the rebound. And it's Contacts by 2. 10 minutes to go. Ball ace. Avellino. Abbott. Grant. Abbott. Avellino got away from Sutter. Some dispute about score. We think it's 43 all, but the scorer's bench is having a lively discussion trying to sort it out. We'll go with 43 all at the moment.
That's Grant Steele's a screamer of an intercept. Slows it down for Garville really to catch up with her.
Contact. Pass or shot inside, wing defence beside. Pass or shot inside, wing defence beside.
Ball ace.
Oh, nice
Harvey.
work, Harvey. A lovely touch in the egg. Got the legs around Avellino. Stuff like that can turn a game.
Well, Contax needed to. Neil. Wilson. It fell out of her hand.
If you think this match is hot, there's a fire alarm going at the Calypso Powerhouse. Well, I think the girls have set it off. I'll tell you what, the 14 on court won't be leaving. Great shot. Well, it's all happening.
We got bells ringing, and it's a bell ringer of a match. 7:50 to go, 44 all.
Obstruction. Go third.
Could all be out of here shortly. Come back for the last 7 minutes. Obst. Cobb. Wilson.
Well, that's
Hilke.
an uncharacteristic miss under the pressure of the game. She's renowned for match-winning shots. Garville have been superb from the word go. Really set the pace, great stuff. The Contax, you've got to give them credit for dragging it back.
Pat Micken squirming in the seat, but her side is back in front by the one. 7 minutes to go. Convert possession
Yes.
here. Sutter with a stretch.
I think she felt every inch of that stretch, heavily strapped on her right thigh.
Avellino. Brilliant ball to Borlase at the base. In handy position. And they're up by 2. Contax needing to redouble their effort. Obst. Cobb.
Filke had to think about that one, but thought, no, better stay put with Wilson as Obst gets underneath her feet. It's not so much pretty to watch in the context end as desperation. As we said earlier, I'm sure they'll take whatever they can get.
Wilson and Gill with a toss.
Gill too quick. Wilson out of play for contact.
Gill to Pearce. Robin Gill to Sheridan Abbott. Pearce to Grant. Borlase.
Wing defender.
Dynan picked up top of the circle for the contact.
This could break Contact's heart if they can. Garville can push this out to 3, and it's on the cards with Avellino taking a penalty.
Sutter. Harvey. Contact's still alive, but they need a couple. Neil. Obst.
That was a slow
Wilson hits
ball
the
to
deck.
Obst. Wilson got the call against her for a trip on Filke, and I think Wilson thought she was the injured party.
Contact, wing defence.
Ball ace.
Undefended was Jenny Borlase as she rolled out, but she doesn't convert. The contacts are kept alive.
Harvey. Cobb.
Wing defender.
Josie Pearce setting up Catherine Harvey for a fall. Harvey not quite as strong on the drive through the middle, perhaps a legacy of that cork thigh she suffered in the semi. Offside, it's a free pass. Wilson will have to offload.
Well, Obst went to the post, but Cobb didn't pick her up.
Nice split from Wilson, though, to get an inch or 2 closer. Won the difference. Wilson, it's a pressure shot.
A little over 4 minutes to go. Garville by 1.
Not you. There.
Maureen Boyle laughs. She blew the whistle. Everybody jumped. Another miss from Borlase. 2 dropping short. That's not like her. She was on 7 straight to that point in the 4th quarter. Filkey acknowledges with a nod. Sure she doesn't like it. She's just showing a courteous on-court manner.
Obst. Must go.
I think that fire alarm should go off again soon.
Dynan.
Oh, well smothered by Avellino, but she can't follow through on it. She's still on the deck.
Harvey. Neal. Cobb with a good move to get rid of Pearce. Wilson.
Will be a sensational comeback if Contax can pull this off. All series they've been, as we see Mark Angove on the side, all series undefeated, really not under pressure. And now facing a comeback from a pretty desperate position. As Wilson helps him hit the front.
It's Contax by 1. 3 minutes to go. Next error could tell the story.
Danny Grant deliberately slowing down her approach to the centre then to take that centre, so there wasn't a sense of urgency, so that there was a steadiness about the Garville team. It's 2 minutes 48 remaining.
Contact centre.
Against Vicky Neal. Grant has it for Borlase.
Oh, wasted pass by Avellino. Instead of the goal, she attempts to force it on to Borlase. Contact stay right out of that and pick up the throw-in.
Wing attack. Wing attack.
Abbott out of play on the far side. Maureen Boyle makes the call. Sutter. Dynan. Harvey. 2 minutes out from full time in the Super League final for 94.
Avellino could well rue the day that she didn't take responsibility for that shot.
Contact centre.
Wilson.
Good strong hold by Wilson.
This could be the killer. And
Rings
it lifts
it.
out. Gill with the rebound. Garville still alive. Pearce. Gill. Grant.
Harvey looks at it.
Well, the bench goes berserk, but it's still Garville's possession. 1 minute 40 left. Contax by 1. Garville in possession.
Borlase desperately trying to hold position for the ball to swing across. Contact centre. All important now as the clock ticks down to nearly a minute.
Wilson. Neal.
Wilson drives into the middle of the mess. Didn't have good vision of the circle, and she picked up Gill at the top.
1 minute and 5 seconds left.
Oh. Abbott, I think, assisting in that fall to the ground. Warning issued, I think, by Maureen Boyle. I couldn't quite hear her for the noise of the crowd, but umpires no doubt would be concerned about the lack of body control with only a minute left. It doesn't land.
It's Contax ball.
Scores are locked and it's under a minute. Players are having a great deal of difficulty hearing the umpiring calls because of the crowd noise, and Maureen Boyle conscious that in order to inform them she's holding time so they can be heard. Plays it on. Players are a little confused out there.
Well, it's about 20 seconds left. Our only clue now will be when the timekeeper gets up, but we're 47 all.
Contax must know that they've got only a few seconds remaining, and that's got to be against Grant. Burton screaming to hold time.
You're kneeling. It's coming this way.
It's a free pass for kneeling.
Wilson
has to shoot it out.
Dynan goes for it. And full time. It's a draw. We're going to have extra time in a minute.
No, Garville think they've won it. This is the problem. Garville are screaming, we've won it. Scorers have it drawn.
Scorers have it drawn, and we referred to a scoring dispute some minutes ago. So it's got to be sorted out.
Go on, only wait for the time to come back.
Maureen Boyle and Chris Burton with another umpire, Nola Calnan, uninvolved in the dispute over the scoring, but at the scorer's bench.
The lady with the pen, the all-powerful pen that puts the dots and the strokes down. What a time for coaches, as they really have to prepare their teams for the alternative that it may be denied a Garville victory and go to a draw in extra time.
Two sevens, still a draw, then we play on.
47 all is the official decision, so we play extra time. 7 minutes each way. Grant. Avellino. Neal bumps it out of court, but is guilty of the contact. Abbott. Sutter only can palm it into the way of Danny Grant. Avellino puts in the first in extra time.
Well, what a travesty for Garville. I mean, how hard would it be to play extra time? Their bench had them one up. There was confusion. We ourselves had them one up, and they've now got to play out in extra time when they felt they'd won the title by one.
We were going along with what was on the scoreboard, but there was a moment there late in the game where it seemed that our scoring disagreed with the official scorers, and well, we can just have to leave it at that.
I think really have to put your hands together for the control on these players to quickly turn around and get on with the game. Have to be a lot of emotions racing through there.
Dinan, Sutter, Harvey.
It's advantage contact.
Cobb to Neal, Wilson.
Goalkeeper. Contact. Keeper.
The other point we should make is they've been out on court for an hour, and it's not been an easy hour. And a few people would like to put an extra 14 minutes in, and potentially more.
Yes, reminding you that if it's still tied up after 14 minutes, they play on till one side is 2 ahead. Gill.
We could be here quite a while.
Abbott.
Contact wing.
Other interesting thing is neither team has made any positional switches. Sutter really querying the call. She won't get very far with that attitude. Get on to the next one.
Neal. Harvey. Wilson.
Contact on the ball. Goal defender.
Late attempt by Gill. She's out. Filkey
Intimidation. Wing defender.
to accompany two shooters. Hobbs with a shot.
Four and a quarter minutes left, first period of extra time. Morlays. Avellino. Cobb.
Oh, great move from Wilson. Led Filkey out with great strength and put the brakes on. Put on the drive to the post and strong in the air to finish it. First time I can remember seeing her put that on during the game and it being noticed by the feeders.
Audine Cobb starting to cramp up in that left leg that she had a problem with earlier in the match.
It's advantage offside.
Morlays to break the 50-all deadlock. Wilson. Neal.
Contacts have got to get people out there moving. It was all Wilson then. No one else assisting.
Morlays.
Advantage offside.
Grant. Oh, Sutter saw it coming but couldn't pull it in.
Late.
Avellino. Morlays for a 2-goal lead. And Borlase left with no one on her. All the attention on Grant in the corner. And suddenly it's Garville by 3. Harvey. Dinan. Contax need to get into this game again. Cobb. Wilson.
It's interesting when if either of the two teams was to lose concentration, you could perhaps more expect it to be Garville, who might have had in their mind, well, hang on, we've won this and you're taking it away and we're still fighting. If anything, it's Contax who have lost the flow when they really had fought back and were well on track.
I think it would have been Garville's bench who were more interested in the score than the players. The players wouldn't have even thought that they were in front, I don't think, until the end, when the bench got up to make a protest. Avellino.
Down the front.
Tanya Obst.
Interesting that players have left the Contax bench and they're out the back with the ball. I just noticed one of them leave the bench to go and warm up, I would expect, and then suddenly Obst down with a cramp.
Sarah Angove is on for Tanya Obst.
Yes, I'm serious. Down the front of it.
Avellino restarts the action with an accurate shot. And how tough will this be for Sarah Angove to come out in extra time and try and adjust to the pace and the way this game's being played?
Well, it's a very tough ask, but so is that shot of Avellino. That was a penalty shot after quite a delay for injury time, and cool as a cucumber, she dropped it in.
Audine Cobb feeds Wilson with one of her best passes of the game. A minute left in the first period of extra time.
Despite Angove's illness, when she's on, it does create a different use of space in the Contax attack line. It may well free things up for them to find Wilson.
It's advantage offside. And it's intimidation. Penalty shot from here.
That's an advancement of a penalty. Intimidation puts it inside the circle.
Borlase has it with Harvey defending. Wilson. Angove.
Advantage, contact. Whole time shooter with the ball out there.
Filkey up slowly.
Well, you can't blame the injury counts. They've put everything into this match. They've been out there a long time. And I just hope for the sake of the national team that this sort of intensity and the duration of this game doesn't see a serious injury for players that are about to contest an international series. Time is up. They'll simply change ends.
55-53 is how it finishes at the end of the first period of extra time. Remembering it was 47 all at full time, and there's no break.
Players appear to be ignorant of that rule. They've come into a huddle. It's simply change ends. No changes, just have to change ends. They're going to have to drag Garville out of the huddle.
Avellino getting some attention.
Hold time, please.
And now an injury time will be taken. I can't think of anything that this match doesn't have.
Second period of extra time begins. Contax in possession, needing a turnover or two. Wilson.
That was
Shooter's ball.
couldn't work out whether she was saying against or for Vicky Wilson. She did well to follow in the shot. She was under pressure from Filkey.
The players must be exhausted. There's only been one change to either lineup,
Pass or shot, deliberate offside, wing
with Angove
defender.
coming on in the first
Pass
period of
or
extra
shot,
time for Tanya Robst.
deliberate offside.
Dynan just being caught for a deliberate offside, and Maureen Boyle awarding a penalty. Contax, though, intercept.
Neil, Harvey, Angove.
That was much too slow in the release from Harvey. Angove was screaming for it all the way along the lead. Touch of hesitation. I think tiredness too.
Pearce came from nowhere. Filkey. Here's a real test of fitness for you. Pearce, Grant, Borlase, and Garville came into this match more injury-free than Contax, and I wonder if that'll show in the last 5 minutes.
Sutter would do well not to argue at this point in time.
Holding on, goal defender. Hold.
Contact showing a frustration. They trail by 1, 5.5 minutes on the clock, and it make that 2. And they'd be better to keep their minds positive and on the job.
Neil, nearly lost it to Avellino, who's worked over the ball well in defence. Angove to Dynan.
Contact, centre.
Against Grant.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
And again, we see an advancement of a penalty against Grant this time. Filkey beautifully in the air.
Playing as you'd expect the Australian captain to, but Wilson now back at the post. Should get this one. 4 minutes 40 left.
And as we saw towards the fourth quarter of real time, Contax fighting a situation where they are playing catch-up and the centre going just against them when they needed to be with for the equaliser. That's 2.
It's a late night at the powerhouse for lots of young families. 20 past 10 in the evening in Adelaide. Cobb to Wilson.
Oh, nice ball. Wilson under pressure from Gill. She'll draw the contact. This for one the difference. And again, when they would dearly love it to be their centre, the alternate centre goes Garville's way. Just giving them that comfort zone.
3:40 left to play. Gill still frantic out there. And Abbott got on with it very quickly. Holding against Harvey.
Sutter up.
And Avellino dives at the ball. You can't question anyone's commitment out there.
Again, Sutter up first, and she finishes. She's been invaluable under pressure in a rebounding situation for Contax.
Players crashing to the deck on a regular basis. Wilson.
Well, this is going to be to equalise.
Offside.
2:57 on the clock. Free pass for the offside rule.
Neil.
Wilson's going up, 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 up.
Contact, goal defender.
Against Gill. Wilson for the equaliser.
Angove screen space. That's it. And it also tilts the centre pass towards Contax.
Audine Cobb. Monica Dynan. Vicky Neal.
Angove's done well to slot in with little access to the game.
Neil. Wilson. Cobb.
Oh, nice ball. Cobb does well.
Angove doesn't want to shoot. They want to work it around for Wilson. She'll take this one. And Contax take the lead. 2 minutes to go.
That's a champion goaler in action. Oh, up. Sandwich. Coming at it from both sides. Harvey throws a mini tantrum on the outside.
It won't impress the umpires. Angove, Harvey.
Steve, if this is drawn, I don't really like our chances of seeing one of these teams get 2 goals ahead in the extra time.
Cobb, Angove. Neil, touch from
Offside, level with me.
Pearce. Back out to Dynan.
It's offside.
Offside against Avellino.
Play on!
Angove obviously not wanting to do too much stretching if she's been ill all day.
Pressure shot. Oh, yes!
Well, that one was meant to be, the magnet says. Wilson looks to the heavens. Don't know whether she's asking for more oxygen or checking the scoreboard. That's a 3-second ruling. It's under a minute. It's all going Contact's flow. They've waited to the last minute to see things go their way.
Full court pressure from Garville. We've got 45 seconds left.
And I don't want to be a spoil sport, but it still raises the question, if the score was wrong and Contacts win by 1, would it still be a draw?
Angove. Wilson at the post. 30 seconds to go, and they're up by 2.
You should have a look at the Contacts bench. It's at all levels of disarray, some in the air, some on the seat, some on the floor.
Avellino, in desperate defence, has only knocked it out and wasted a few more seconds. Timekeeper's up. 8 seconds to go.
Whole time is held by Burton. Yvonne Richardson creating a bit of history as she strolls down the sideline. That's in. They've done it. Wilson.
No, they've done it. Time is blown. The players are on the floor. Contacts have won it. 61-58. The powerhouse erupts. 2 periods of extra time it took a dispute over the scoring. And an hour 20 of amazing netball to find a Super League champion for 1994. But it's Contacts defeating the reigning champions. And Contacts went through undefeated, but boy, weren't they pushed in the final. 61-58 the score. Well, someone someday might write a book about that game we've just seen. It had all the ingredients for a best-selling action thriller, and with Anne Sargent is Kath Harvey.
Thanks, Steve. Well, Kath, I'm a little exhausted to interview, and I know you must feel the same. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm just wrapped. I'm so emotional. It's been 2 years since we won a grand final, and now that we've won one, it's been worth the wait.
Well, we're used to the derby between the two teams, Garville Contacts, but that was something special.
Yeah, I don't think we let the crowd down. It was a magnificent effort, and even in the last 14 minutes, players often tired, but the intensity was still there like it was at the beginning. And it's just a credit to our girls to keep going. We were down the whole game, and to come up in the final few minutes just makes it even better.
Well, exactly. You did leave your run to late, and the crowd certainly can't complain about getting their money's worth. What was going through your mind when you knew you had to play that extra time?
We were exhausted, and I guess Vicky sort of had a shot that just dipped on the wrong side of the ring, but we knew that we could do it. All we needed was a couple of turnovers, and we eventually got them in the final few minutes.
Well, I'm sure you'd like to sit down, and there's probably a bit of partying ahead, so I'll leave you to it. Congratulations, National League champions.
Thanks very much.
Steve, I think there might be some festivities tonight. Contacts, National League champions. Back to you.
Yes, and the celebrations will go long into the night, I'm sure. And after giving us a game like that, few would dispute the right of Garville and Contacts to contest the final. Goal Attack continues next Thursday night with a special match between Queensland Cosmos and a Kiwi Invitational side. In the Queensland team will be Vicky Wilson and Patricia McDonald playing alongside each other, and several internationals in that Kiwi side. That's next Thursday night. Well, the atmosphere is still great here at the Powerhouse. It's been an exciting final. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been exhausting but very enjoyable for us. Steve Rebillard signing off on behalf of the ABC Sport team in Adelaide. Goodbye for now.